underway. Game 2 of the 1995 NBA Finals. The Rockets on top. 1 game to none. Houston control. Hakeem, short jumper.
One point of the ball game where the Magic did dominate was in the rebounding category. They had a 16 rebound advantage, 57 to 41.
Orlando looks to its big man. And a foul call.
Foul trouble is such a key in this matchup, in this series, because of the importance of Shaquille O'Neal and Hakeem Olajuwon. Now Clyde Drexler comes in and helps out on that play, and he picks up a personal.
Initially, Orlando fans thought it was on Hakeem Olajuwon. Shaquille O'Neal.
This guy's free throw problems well documented over the course of his career, but he has gotten a little bit better in the playoffs. You see 58% there during the regular season, around 55%.
Orlando. Kenny Smith, one of the heroes in game 1. Clyde Drexler, another.
The Houston guards got off to a slow start in the first half. It appears as though Rudy Tomjanovich wants the guards to get off to a little better start.
O'Neal. A little bit out of his range.
Yeah, he normally does not face the basket and shoot from that far out.
Drexler was left alone. He elected not to take the jump shot. Dangerous pass taken away by the Magic. Dennis Scott struggled in the first game. That was his first shot of the night.
Now Dennis Scott was 2 for 9 in game 1. Did not shoot it well. Excuse me, 3 for 10 in game 1. Did not shoot it well, but one big three-point shot down the stretch.
Hakeem Olajuwon, silky smooth. That's what makes him so dangerous.
Yes.
He can burn you from the inside. He can also take you outside.
Not many 7-footers in this league can do it the way he does.
Tied at 2. Scott. Drexler thought about the 3. Takes it inside. Olajuwon with the offensive rebound. Smith for 3. Ori able to come up with it. Olajuwon. Over Shaquille.
That's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful shot by Hakeem Olajuwon. He has that little hesitation. He will fake back to one direction, fall away from the other, and that shot is virtually impossible to block.
Houston with its first lead of the game, 4-2. Penny. Drexler in transition. The Rockets up 6-2. Orlando yet to hit a field goal in this contest, and a timeout has been called.
Well, one difference in this game so far early here is that the guards have gotten more involved than they did in game 1. Here's Olajuwon. Now watch this little fake back to the middle. He'll get Shaquille leaning one direction, and by the time he gets up to the shot, it's too late for for Shaquille O'Neal to get the block. And then Clyde Drexler here taking the ball to the basket against Nick Anderson. Clyde is able to elevate as well as any other #2 guard in the league.
Drexler has been reborn here with the Houston Rockets. He was a longtime member of the Portland Trail Blazers. He realized that he's gotten second life to win that championship with the defending champions. Brian Hill calling the timeout to settle his team down. They're down by 4.
Well, I think for Clyde Drexler, he probably should have been on the All-Star team this year. I thought he was having a tremendous season. Did not make the All-Star game. One of the few times in his career he was not a part of that game.
Great. Orlando can't find the hoop. Drexler looking to run. Out of bounds. Drexler got a little bit overexcited. He saw Smith on the wing.
Well, Kenny Smith is not one really to take the ball to the basket all that well. So Clyde Drexler told him after the play to spot up in the corner instead of taking it in there with the big people.
Pass deflected. Shaquille gathers in. O'Neal travel. Shaquille O'Neal called for the walk on the interior. And the Magic still looking for their first field goal of the game. 8:35 to go in the first quarter.
And an offensive foul called on Hakeem Olajuwon. He does not like that call. So Shaq got the travel call on one side. Hakeem Olajuwon gets the screen, the offensive foul on the illegal screen on the other end of the floor.
Olajuwon called for his first. The Rockets on top, 6-2. O'Neal lost it. Retrieved by Anderson. They go back inside to Shaq.
Both teams like to attack the inside first. And you'll see the Houston Rockets go to the same thing.
The spin from Hakeem like a ballerina. Short jumper was no good.
But if you can get your inside game established, both of these teams feel the outside shots will come.
Penny off the fake. Slam dunk.
That happened a lot early in game one. The Magic guards were taking the ball to the basket, penetrating, and using their superior size, particularly Penny Hardaway. The second half, they started shooting it more from the outside, and the Houston guards took it to the hole better.
Drexler posting up, and he cashes in. Houston up by 2. Anderson gets his own rebound. 2 misses for Anderson. Houston breaking out. Oh, left-handed jam. The Rockets go up by 4. O'Neal pump fake.
And Houston doing a much better job on the boards as well so far in this ballgame.
Things not falling for Orlando. Rockets looking to add on to their lead. Hakeem with a pump fake. Horry. Shot clock winding down. Hakeem. He's fouled.
And that right there is why Brian Hill does not want to place Hakeem Olajuwon straight up one-on-one.
Shaquille O'Neal is called for the personal foul, his first, in a timeout call. 6:37 to go in the first quarter. The Rockets with the early lead. 10-6 Houston.
Played extremely well in game one. They need him active. They need him running the floor as he does right here. And that comes from the rebound total once again. When you can get the loose ball, get out on the break, you get open shots. And there's Penny Hardaway, something he's going to have to do more of, taking the ball to the basket. 2
players that are so versatile, Robert Horry and Penny Hardaway, only in his second year, but he plays like a veteran.
Yes, he does. And he has continued to improve, made the All-NBA first team this year. Surprised a lot of people because normally you have to play a while to earn that kind of respect. But I think that shows you what folks around the NBA think of Anthony Hardaway.
Everybody wants respect, and Hakeem Olajuwon is getting it. (10-6) Houston on top. 6:37 remaining in the first quarter. Orlando struggling from the field thus far. They are 2 of 11. Houston, on the other hand, 5 of 10. Robert Horry. Normally, he plays the small forward spot, but with the trade of Otis Thorpe, he has been pushed into duty at the power forward position.
And he causes teams a lot of problems. He's 6'10", so he's long and he's lanky. The problem is, for a guy playing the power forward spot, he's not your typical power forward who normally is around the basket. He steps out and shoots the ball very well.
Hakeem Olajuwon to shoot a pair. And Jack, just to add on to that, Horace Grant, known for his rebounding, will be forced to come out and guard a Robert Horry. That'll take away from his board work.
Yeah, I think it will, although it didn't affect Horace Grant very much in game one because he got 16 rebounds in that game.
It's an 11-6 Houston advantage. Penny Hardaway. And a foul is called.
Kenny Smith at 6'3", and that might be stretching it just a little bit, is called on to try to guard Anthony Hardaway, who is about 5 inches taller. Robert Horry has done a great job of coming over to help out. He blocked 4 shots in game 1, 3 of those blocks coming against Hardaway.
Penny Hardaway, 2 meters. And a foul is called on the interior.
Foul number 22, Clyde Drexler.
And that's the second personal foul on Clyde Drexler. He thought he had the ball. Let's see what happens here. Shaquille O'Neal gets it. There's some arm first, and Clyde comes up with the ball, but that is a very questionable call, a break for the Orlando Magic.
Replacing Clyde
So
Drexler.
Chucky Brown checks into the game. Clyde Drexler goes to the bench. Brown, a journeyman in the NBA. He's played with 5 teams in 6 years.
And spent the first half of this season in the Continental Basketball Association, where he made the first team.
Anderson. Grant with the offensive rebound. Shaq. He gets the roll.
I'll tell you what, for the Orlando Magic, as you see Shaquille O'Neal make the jump shot, needs to get Nick Anderson to make a shot. He has to be still thinking about those 4 free throws he missed in game 1. It's important for him to make something good happen for himself right now. Now there's Nick Anderson with the basketball. He needs to find a shot and get one to go down. He needs some confidence now. It's really hurting him after missing 4.
Kick ball violation.
3 from the field, Anderson. And a kick ball, so a new shot clock.
When you have a kick ball, it restarts the 24-second shot clock. There it is. Robert Horry steps over, so the team virtually gets a new thing to work with.
Penny Hardaway flips it home. The Magic have cut it to a 1-point Houston lead. Coming up on 5 minutes left in the first period. Elijah got it, and a foul.
Shaquille O'Neal every game picks up at least 2 cheap fouls. He picks up at least 2. Now watch as he brings his arm down. You try to, this is on the shot as Shaquille O'Neal gets it. You try to teach your 7-footers to keep your arms straight up in the air. Shaquille O'Neal brings them down, and he's picked up 2 fouls that way.
Coach Brian Hill has something to think about. His big center with 2 personals. Olajuwon completes the 3-point play, and the Rockets are up by 4.
I think the thing that has to happen for the Magic right now is to make sure you get some people helping out on Hakeem Olajuwon. Hard step, makes the jump shot. And I think the Magic might change and put Horace Grant over on Hakeem Olajuwon. Yeah, that's what they do. Take a little of the pressure off of Shaquille.
Grant comes up with a rebound off the Olajuwon miss. Pass is intercepted. Horry in the open court. Beautiful move in the bucket. Robert Horry extending the right arm and getting the deuce. 16-12 Houston. Scott.
Oh, that's a big basket right there. Dennis Scott had struggled in game 1. He has struggled so far in this game from the field. That's his first field goal. He's 1 for 3.
And a goaltending is called on Shaquille O'Neal. The ball was on its downward flight towards the rim.
Yeah, Shaquille O'Neal now can come over from the weak side, but the thing he has to do is make sure he does not wait too late to go for the block. Now that one was pretty close, but it was on the way down according to the officials. And Houston Rockets and Hakeem Olajuwon get 2 points.
The Rockets up by 3. Scott again. Back-to-back 3-pointers for Dennis Scott.
That's so important because the Houston Rockets are backing up and double-teaming Shaquille O'Neal every time he touches the basketball.
Olajuwon over Grant.
Oh, that's tough. You have to back off of him because he's so good at putting the ball on the floor from that distance. You have to back off, and now he's making that jump shot almost impossible to stop.
The Rockets regain the lead. Grant had it stolen away, knocked out of bounds. Orlando will hold on to it.
9 seconds to shoot. 9 seconds to shoot.
Rudy Tomjanovich, an assistant with the Rockets from 1983 to 1992. Brian Hill was an assistant with the Magic before he got the head coaching job. The shot clock winding down. Penny forces it. Smith running the floor. Smith to the hoop. And Chucky Brown on the follow.
As long as Houston rebounds the way they are in this ball game, they have been able to get it and beat the Magic back. The conversion defense by the Orlando Magic has not been impressive in this game so far.
The Rockets go up by 4. Orlando 7 of 18 from the field. Illegal defense is called on the Houston Rockets. That is their first infraction. The next one will result in a technical free throw. A timeout has been called. 2 minutes, 32 seconds to go in the first quarter. The Rockets up by 4. In this contest with 12 points, his counterpart Shaquille O'Neal with 6.
Hakeem Olajuwon 5 of 8 on field goal attempts. Shaquille O'Neal 2 of 5. So in addition to making more shots, he's getting more attempts.
Grant thought about the jumper. Now he looks inside. Shaquille.
It's a good move by the Houston Rockets to bring Charles Jones on the floor. He guards Shaquille O'Neal pretty well, and once again it takes the pressure off of Hakeem Olajuwon.
Olajuwon, turnaround. And here come the Magic.
2 minutes.
Houston has done an excellent job of taking away the early offense from the Magic.
Under 2 minutes to play in the first period. Rockets up by 4. Lay-in didn't go from Nick Anderson, but a foul is called.
Kenny Smith picks up the personal foul, and Nick Anderson will get to the free throw line. Can't tell you how important it is for Nick Anderson to step up and knock down his first free throw attempt. If he misses this one, you know his mind. Well, actually, he's not going to get 2 free throws. They called it out on the floor, not in the act of shooting. So he will not get to the free throw line here.
The difference, if the officials felt that he was shooting, he would go to the line. But instead, they felt that foul was on the floor. Scott leaning in.
And here comes another fast break opportunity from Houston.
Ellen. Hardaway comes up with a rebound. The long pass intercepted again by Ori to the hoop. And a foul is called. Brian Shaw.
They're going to keep it right here and give the foul to Brian Shaw instead. But the crowd a little bit upset with the Magic right now because they have been careless with the basketball, particularly Penny Hardaway, who normally is good at penetrating and getting the ball up the floor himself. He has tried to throw the long outlet pass. Robert Horry doing an excellent job of reading the defense, and he has picked off 2 of Hardaway's passes.
Shaq will get his first rest of the game. We get our first look at Jeff Turner this evening. Alley-oop, Olajuwon.
Keep Olajuwon from Rory.
He is so smooth.
Well, that's an excellent pass by Olajuwon, not a good pass by Brian Shaw. So the turnover starting to mount for the Magic, and the fast break opportunity starting to be there for Houston.
Orlando trying to force the issue on offense. They're down by 6. Turner for 3. Another rebound to Olajuwon.
Well, that field goal percentage continues to go down for the Magic. Just 33% so far.
And a foul is called as Charles Jones, not known for his offense, tried to take it to the basket.
Now, I think right now what you're seeing here in this ball game is a very experienced Houston team, as indicated by this play. Reading the defense and taking what the defense gives them, and then an inexperienced Orlando Magic team making the mistakes that you know a young team would feel in a pressurized game like this.
Goose, this Rocket team really knows one another. They have a feel for the game as a unit, and that's something that you rarely see even at this level.
Yes, it is. And even more surprisingly, when you talk about how well they know each other, is how quickly and how well Clyde Drexler has adapted to the system in Houston after coming over late in the trade with the Portland Trail Blazers.
Charles Jones hits on a pair, and you say no big deal. Well, he was 2 of 10 in the playoffs prior to those. Illegal defense is called on Houston. The Magic will shoot a free throw.
So after this technical foul free throw, the Magic will get the ball back out of bounds. 29.9 seconds left in this ball game. They get a brand new 24-second clock in addition to that, so they can work it down to get almost the last play of the game. Now, if you watch the painted area, in particular, Sam Cassell, who finally gets out of the lane, he wasn't guarding anyone, and that's the reason why the illegal defense was called.
In basketball terms, he was in no man's land.
He was in no man's land and got caught.
26-19, the Rockets on top. There's a 5-second differential, shot clock to game clock. Turner. The three-quarter shot didn't work. They still had time on the clock, and Ellie lays it home. He beats the buzzer.
Well, that's a play that wasn't drawn up that way, but worked perfectly for the Houston Rockets. Robert Horry threw it up with a lot of time left on the clock. Mario Ellie there to clean it up. Now he gets it with about 7 seconds left. He throws it the length of the court just to hit the backboard, amazing enough. And Mario Ellie was right there to pick it up and get the lay-in.
Rudy Tomjanovich, the head coach of the Rockets, may tell you it was designed that way. Well, the first quarter complete here in Orlando, Game 2 of the 1995 NBA Finals, and the Rockets lead it 28-9.
Taking over the head coaching job, unbelievable. This team was no good on defense year in and year out. The thing that makes this team good is they have improved on the defensive end of the floor, and Jeff Turner knocks down the three-point shot.
Jeff Turner with his first field goal of the contest, and it counts for 3 points. Houston 28, Orlando 22. We are just underway in the second quarter. Beautiful pass, and Chucky Brown was wide open. Drexler found him.
He's a great passer, is Clyde Drexler. Yes, he scores a lot of points.
Shaw off the spin. Brian Shaw able to get it home.
That's one of the few fast break baskets the Magic have been able to get. And once again, Houston gets the ball out of bounds, and they beat the Magic defense down the floor. There's that bounce pass to Chucky Brown.
Clyde Drexler with the all-around game. Shaw with the spin move. But Houston once again trying to use the transition game, and that's what Sam Cassell excels at. He's at the line.
Cassell is a lot different at the backup point guard spot than Kenny Smith, who starts the point guard spot for the Houston Rockets. Cassell a lot quicker, a little bit better on the defensive end of the floor, but not the three-point threat that Kenny Smith is, although he can make the three-point shot. Kenny Smith, an expert behind the three-point line.
Cassell played only 11 minutes in the first game, scored 4 points. The officials took him out of it. A shot from Shaw, a little bit short.
Well, the officials took him out of it, and the fact that Kenny Smith, the starting point guard, played so well in the second half was a real factor in Cassell's minutes.
Cassell drives in on Shaw. And a travel. Chucky Brown took a couple of steps before he put the ball on the floor.
Well, the real key right now for this unit on the floor for Houston, they haven't lost anything with Olajuwon out of the game. You give him the minutes during the timeout, and you also get him about 3 minutes here, so he's going to come in ready to go. He is now back at the scores table.
And another Houston steal. Cassell. He's tripped up. And a foul is called.
I'm really surprised Shaquille O'Neal on that play. Working against Charles Jones, elects to throw it back out. Now, this is an opportunity for him to get the ball and take it right onto the basket against Charles Jones. Instead, he throws it out, and he commits the turnover. Dennis Scott commits the foul.
The foul was called on the floor. The Rockets 32, the Magic 24. The turnaround, Olajuwon. the Dream, out on the baseline, able to hit the jump shot. Houston with its biggest lead of the contest. O'Neal wheels, deals. The rebound is Shaw. He lost the ball. Orlando looking to break again. Drexler inside, Brown. Orange to the hoop. And a foul is called. Things slipping away from Brian Hillstein.
Yeah, Houston playing a lot more aggressively. They are the looser team right now. They're playing as though they have the one-game lead against a very young team. They're playing just like they should be playing in this ball game. Ripping and running up and down the floor. Playing reckless basketball and making plays like this and still able to get it to go. And Brian Hill screaming for something good to happen for his team.
And a timeout has been called. The Houston Rockets in control. 9:51 to go in the first half. The Rockets 34, the Magic 24. The Rockets up by 10, picking up where they left off from game one. Houston taking the opening game of the 1995 NBA Finals, 120 to 118 in overtime. That man, Hakeem Olajuwon, with the game-winning tip-in.
In a game like this, as you see Hakeem Olajuwon, and if you're over on the Orlando Magic bench, you really have to wonder what you're going to have to do to get back in the ball game. I mean, do you double up on Olajuwon? You know, if you do that, they shoot the ball so well from the field, and you give up something from the outside, and now you're not getting the rebounds, an area where you normally dominate, and that causes another problem for you.
Robert Horry shooting 76% from the line this postseason. He's got 5 points. A very important part of this Rocket ball club. And Houston takes its biggest lead of the contest, 36 to 24. And a whistle.
Now Cassell with the hand check out in the open floor. This is a rule that the NBA put in this year, and they have enforced it stringently here over the course of the season. Any hand checking away from the basket gets you a personal foul.
Anderson. Drexler went for the block, and the foul is called on Clyde the Glide.
And that is his 3rd personal foul. Nick Anderson will get to the free throw line, and Clyde Drexler will have to go sit.
This could be the opening the Orlando Magic are looking for.
Yeah, the real problem here in this game, as you look at Clyde Drexler's numbers, he only has 4 points, but he has done a lot of other things very well. His assist total, okay. And Nick Anderson now misses the free throw. I thought this first one was so important for him because he needs to work on his confidence after missing 4 straight, and he misses that one.
0 for his last 5. What is going through the mind of Nick Anderson?
You know, sometimes you get on a roll where you can make every shot you take, and then you get in a roll where you miss some. And Nick Anderson was in that little string where he couldn't find one to go. He made the second one.
For Anderson, his first point of the contest. Horry had a notion about a 3-pointer. Cassell. Sam Cassell drains it from long range.
And that's the first 3-point shot for the Houston Rockets, and give them a lot of credit. They were patient and waiting for that shot to come. They're 1 for 4 behind the 3-point line.
Shaquille. The power move didn't pay off. Offensive rebound, Shaw. Pass intercepted by Horry.
Well, Robert Horry has played extremely well. Game 1, he was tremendous, terrific on both ends of the floor. Here in this game, he's playing the same way.
Olajuwon. Fight for the rebound, and Anderson comes up with it. Scott, open look at a 3. Horry with a rebound.
Dennis Scott has struggled from the field again in this ball game. He's 2 for 6 in the game, 2 for 5 behind the 3-point line. In game 1, he was 3 for 10. The Magic count on him for at least 18 to 22 points tonight. Cassell.
Inside, and the dunk from Chucky Brown. What a pass by Sam Cassell.
Yeah, he is a totally different player than Kenny Smith, but much better penetrator, a much better passer.
Orlando needs a spark. Shaw for three. The Houston Rockets in complete control.
Yes, they are.
Just under 8 minutes to go in the first half. Rockets 41, Magic 25. Orlando now 29% from the field. Cassell splits the defenders, lost the basketball out of bounds. Brian Hill needs somebody to step forward, and Penny Hardaway could turn out to be that player.
A 16-point lead for Houston as the Magic look at the challenge in front of them. The first thing they have to do is try to get the lead down to single digits before the end of the period.
The crowd trying to do their part. Grant, he's been quiet. The Houston bench doing a job on Orlando's bench.
Well, excellent defense by the Houston Rockets. Penny Hardaway does get that one to go, but the key now as you look at that basket is how hard the Magic had to work to get it. 1 second left on the shot clock when that one went up.
Olajuwon in traffic. All alone, and Brown lays it home. Mario Ellie with a bullet pass to the interior, and the Houston Rockets just doing as they please here in the first half.
Well, they are picking the Magic apart, finding the open man everywhere. Shaquille O'Neal with 2 personal fouls cannot go at Chucky Brown very aggressively, and he laid that one in easily.
Chucky Brown with 8 points off the bench. 6:59 to go in the first half. The Rockets in control. In the first half, the crowd trying to get involved, rooting the home team on. Orlando has not lost back-to-back home games all season long. That includes the playoffs. This would be the first time if the Rockets hold on to win this one. Shaquille O'Neal. He has been human in this contest. 6 points, 5 rebounds. The Rockets have outscored Orlando 25-9, a complete domination over the last 8+ minutes.
I think one reason why Shaquille O'Neal is not taking the ball to the basket is he doesn't want to pick up his 3rd foul on an offensive foul. So he's passing up opportunities to score, hoping to get into the second half with 4 fouls to use. Anthony Hardaway drives to the basket for 2.
He's got 8 points to lead all Orlando scores. The Rockets up 43-29. Shot clock winding down. Cassell. Shot was rejected. Akeem with a putback. Olajuwon always seems to be in the right place at the right time.
That's been the case for the whole Houston team here in this ball game. They're getting every loose ball. Every time one goes rolling on the floor or an errant shot goes to the basket, it seems a red jersey is there.
Anderson stripped to the basketball. Fight for it, and Houston claims it. Cassell.
And there's an example of that. The ball is down rolling around, and Houston has more energy, they have more quickness, and they've come up with every one, it seems.
We are past the midway point of the second quarter. Olajuwon again.
Beautiful.
Akeem Olajuwon with that patented move on the baseline.
That is beautiful.
He can do no wrong. Olajuwon with 20 first half points. The Rockets up by 18. Hardaway tries to go around Cassell. Grant to the hoop. A foul.
Hakeem Olajuwon has such confidence, unbelievable confidence in a shot that normally, for most players, is a very low percentage shot. Watch when he lets it go. He's falling away, shooting over a 7-footer. And for most players, that's the shot you want him to take, not Hakeem Olajuwon.
Hardaway off the spin. Banks it off the glass. Gets the bucket and the foul.
Penny Hardaway got a lot of drives to the basket in the first half of Game 1. Not a lot of opportunities came his way in the second half of Game 1, and now he's trying to pick it up here. Watch here as Cassell picks up the personal foul. Olajuwon comes over, could not stop it, and Hardaway completes the three-point play.
Brian Hill sensing a weakness. Sam Cassell trying to defend the much bigger Anthony Penny Hardaway.
And at a time like this, Rudy Tomjanovich would come with Clyde Drexler. But Clyde has 3 personal fouls, so he can't go there.
Got it!
Oh, they're just shooting the ball with such confidence.
Robert Horry knocks it down from downtown. Scott way off the mark. Dennis Scott cannot find the hoop.
Doesn't seem to have his legs. I mean, he looks to be shooting it without jumping up. He's not getting the explosion that he needs to make the shot.
Olajuwon, the spin. The jumper came up short. It was partially blocked. Hardaway in transition. Nobody home. Penny Hardaway forcing the action, and he threw it out of bounds.
Charles Jones checks back into the ball game, and he will guard Shaquille O'Neal. Once again, taking the pressure off of Hakeem Olajuwon.
The Rockets 50, the Magic 32. Cassell, jump hook. Where did that come from? Sam Cassell pulling something very, very strange out of his repertoire.
Well, just as Penny Hardaway causes Houston problems on the other end of the floor, they feel Cassell and his quickness, his ability to penetrate, causes a lot of problems for the Orlando Magic.
Shaquille O'Neal powering his way to the hoop, and he does draw the foul.
But that's something I thought Shaquille would do more of in this game against Charles Jones. He hasn't been able to do it much in this one.
So Shaq will shoot a pair. 57% from the line this postseason.
Here's Cassell. As you see him take the ball to the basket, they clear it out very well, spread the court, and give him an opportunity to work one-on-one against Hardaway, and he uses a jump hook and gets it to go. The Magic have to try to get this lead down to a manageable number by the end of this period. You see the time left, an 18-point lead.
A foul is called. Robert Horry had control. Dennis Scott came over, knocked the ball loose, but he also knocked Robert Horry on his arm. A timeout has been called by Rudy Tomjanovich. 3:43 remaining in the second quarter. Houston dominating the contest. The Rockets lead it 52-34. Is affecting them on this evening.
Yeah, I think so. That was such a deflating loss. Having Nick Anderson miss 4 free throws in a row, you make any one of those, and you have to think the Magic have an excellent chance of winning that ball game. And they came into this ball game down and not aggressive, and you can't play that way against Houston.
You are not going to win games in the NBA Finals shooting 33% from the field.
And the Houston Rockets are spreading the court once again to give Cassell an opportunity to work one-on-one against Hardaway.
Olajuwon, pull-up jumper. Orlando is down by 18.
And they haven't gotten anything in the fast break. You think back to early in game 1, they got a lot of points in the fast break.
Shaquille posting up. Hardaway pump fake. Shot was rejected away. And a foul is called.
Olajuwon is so good at coming from the weak side to block shots. The Magic wanted to goaltend. They're not going to get it. Charles Jones picks up the foul. That's very close, but they do not get the goaltend call.
Penny Hardaway at the line. He's shooting 72% from the free throw stripe this postseason, averaging better than 18 points and 7 assists a game.
And we talked about how badly the Magic are shooting the ball from the field. Penny Hardaway 5 of 8. So he is the one bright spot for the Magic so far in this game.
Houston with a big cushion. Olajuwon. rebound to Bowen. He just checked into the game. Another bad Orlando pass. Robert Horry nearly stole it away, but he did knock it out of bounds.
When you're playing with little confidence, and that's where the Magic are right now, you hesitate to shoot the ball. You don't look at the basket, you look at someone else to give it to. And right now, Houston understanding that, they have picked off the Magic red, and they are reading their plays very well right now.
O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal taking it to the hoop.
Well, the lead's at 15 right now. The last 2.5 minutes of this period, very important for the Magic.
A hand check called up top.
Shaquille O'Neal makes the strong move to the basket. Charles Jones can do nothing with that. The real thing, though, that I think is very valuable for the Rockets, it takes the pressure off of Hakeem Olajuwon. Keeps him out of foul trouble against Shaquille O'Neal.
Brian Hill would love to see his team down by 10 or less at the end of the first half, as Cassell knocks down a pair. The lead is 17.
And now Mario Elie guarding Penny Hardaway, a little bit taller player. And see Nick Anderson not looking for his three-point shot at all. Great move, Penny Hardaway.
Penny Hardaway.
Great move, Penny Hardaway. 6 of 9 from the field. The Magic have made just 14 field goals here in the first half. Penny Hardaway with 6 of them.
Olajuwon. And a foul is called. Magic fans thought their team got the steal. It didn't turn out that way.
Horace Grant picks up the foul. Now here's Hardaway. He's working against Mario Elie, a taller player, but the body control by Penny Hardaway, unbelievable on this move.
Olajuwon at the line. Able to quiet down the crowd. The Dream with 21. He leads all scores. Oh, and he gets the roll.
Good touch for a 7-footer.
It has been that kind of night for the Houston Rockets. 56-39. Shaquille. Illegal defense has been called on the Rockets, so Orlando will shoot another technical free throw.
Rudy Tomjanovich talking to his team right now. If you start to go back for the double team, Sam Cassell is in there again. You see him standing under the basket, not guarding anyone. And if you're going to get in there, you have to make the move to go for the double team. He did not.
Hardaway hits the free throw. The Rockets lead by 16. A minute 38 to go in the first half.
It's a big possession for Orlando. The crowd on this possession can get back into the game if they make this one.
Shaq. Jump up. The long rebound to Elie, and he decides to slow it down. Olajuwon with work. Cassell for three. He buries it.
Oh, that's a big one there. That takes the Magic right back out of it. Puts the lead up at 19.
1 minute remaining.
You have to take a shot from the outside. And another illegal defense.
Illegal defense against the Rockets. That is a technical foul.
The Magic really hesitant to put the ball up from the outside. And they are sending, the Rockets are sending everyone. Now Robert Horry is the guy, and Olajuwon drops down at number 34, drops down. Penny Hardaway makes the free throw. But you go from a night with the Orlando Magic when you're shooting the ball so well from the outside, forcing the defense to spread, and it makes it easy for Shaquille O'Neal. Here tonight, no one wants to shoot the ball behind the three-point line for the Magic. They're 3 of 11, but they haven't shot it well, and it makes them tough to get the ball to Shaquille O'Neal.
Anderson. Pete Chilcutt now on the floor. He replaces Hakeem Olajuwon.
Nick Anderson 0 for 4 from the field and 1 for 2 from the free throw line.
Cassell using the window. Anderson had the ball knocked away out of bounds. Last touch, Houston.
The clock didn't roll, so the officials are going to go to the scores table and talk about the shot clock. But that play right there, I don't know if we can see it again, but normally for Nick Anderson, when he is on top of his game, he will pull up and shoot the three-point shot. Now watch here as Anthony Bowie gets the ball to the paint. Now he throws it out to Nick Anderson, and on any other night, that shot will go. Now tonight, he doesn't have any confidence, so he's not even looking to take that shot. It's very easy for the Houston defense because everything is coming to the painted area.
It's T. Rush trying to sort out the confusing part of what's taking place out on the floor.
Well, here's the clock, 34.1 on your screen. It should be moving, and it never starts.
34 seconds to go.
And
another turnover.
Turn it over again. So it's 20-point lead for the Rockets. They have forced Orlando into 9 turnovers. They are out rebounding the Magic 26-19, and they're out shooting the Magic 55% to 35%. That means you're going to get a 20-point lead.
This one is turned into a laugher. Sam Cassell will shoot 2. A chance to add on to the Rocket 20-point advantage.
Magic substitution number 3, Dennis.
Brian Hill searching for something. Cassell with his 16th point of the night. He finished with only 4 in game 1. That's the type of player Sam Cassell is.
Yes, he is. He didn't get a lot of minutes because Kenny Smith was playing so well. Here tonight, he's causing the Magic a lot of problems. His penetration has created a lot of easy baskets for his teammates.
What a luxury for Rudy Tomjanovich. 2 effective point guards. You just go with the one that's hotter.
You want to get a different style when you get in there. Come with your guy off the bench, and they get that with Cassell and Kenny Smith.
Cassell throws it up at the bucket. And that is the end of the first half. The Houston Rockets have dominated the Orlando Magic in Game 2 of the 1995 NBA Finals. The Rockets try to take a 2-0 lead. If they do, they'll have a chance to wrap it up on their home floor. One half of play complete here at the Orlando Arena. And the Rockets in a blowout.
They were on the road. They were in Indianapolis for that game. They're here tonight, and this crowd is trying to do their part to get the Magic back in this ballgame.
Well, there you see it, 1948. That is the largest halftime deficit a team overcame to win a ballgame, 21 points. And we are underway in second half action. Houston 63, Orlando 41. Both teams going with a respective starting 5. Hardaway. He gets the roll.
Well, that's a good start for the Magic. You've got to make every possession count over this first 5 minutes.
They need to chip away. Orlando cannot trade baskets the rest of the way. Olajuwon jump hook. And the loose ball is gathered in by Houston. Olajuwon with Shaquille.
No help coming. Not the matchup you want, although Shaquille plays him well that time.
Shot clock is winding down. The three. Orlando down by 20. Shaquille O'Neal.
Now look for the Rockets to come right back and give the ball to Hakeem Olajuwon. They would like to get Shaquille to pick up another personal foul.
Orange. An ill-advised shot from Robert Orange. But the Magic cannot take advantage. Drexler. And the foul is called on Penny Hardaway. Fans wanted an offensive foul.
Well, you can't turn the ball over when you're trying to cut into the lead. And I know it's very exciting to have an opportunity to throw it out long, as you see Shaquille O'Neal here, but Penny Hardaway has to hold on to it a little bit longer. Pretty good position there, but the Houston Rockets get the break.
It's a blocking foul on Penny. Drexler to shoot two. He's been quiet tonight. Clyde Drexler now with just 5 points. You saw the numbers from game one. He was one of the heroes. His third quarter performance, really the middle 2 quarters,
right,
one for the ages. The lead is 20. Grant. And a whistle away from the action.
Hakeem Olajuwon picks up the foul. They said he was holding Shaquille O'Neal to the ground that time. So he picks up his third personal foul.
Olajuwon, not one known for complaining.
Horace Grant misses the shot, and there's the hold. The Magic have to get something going for Nick Anderson. That's a good call. He doesn't get it to go.
Horace Grant came up with the offensive rebound and a loose ball foul.
You have to get a basket from Nick Anderson. He gives you 16 points per ball game here in the playoffs and about that many over the course of the year. If he does not get it going, you can't win this ball game.
Mario Elliott's called for the personal. Anderson looking to get involved. Shot was blocked away. A goaltending called on Hakeem the Dream.
Well, when you're in that situation, and I'm talking Nick Anderson again, you have to take him any way you can. Now, Robert Horry came up hurting on that play. He stepped on someone's foot or turned his ankle somehow. He seems to be okay, shaking it off.
Some pressure in the backcourt from Orlando. Houston able to break it. Olajuwon. Scott.
Well, the points are coming for the Magic just the way they needed to, and Houston is going to have to burn a timeout.
Rudy Tomjanovich takes a timeout. Orlando fans like what they see. The Magic trying to come from behind. 9:22 to go in the third quarter. The Rockets on top, 65-49.
Talked about how difficult it was to come back after losing the first game. It's even more difficult to come back if you drop 2. So hopefully this Orlando Magic team can continue to play well if you're Brian Hill, and he might be able to pull this one out. Houston, though, very good team, very good under pressure, and they will do everything they possibly can to keep that from happening.
The Rockets fundamentally sound. Very calm team, patient, and they understand their roles individually. Houston, though, yet to get a field goal in this quarter. Trying to get one here. Drexler. Oh, what a move by Clyde Drexler.
Gorgeous move. And as I say, he was very quiet in the first half. And this is the time Houston will try to give him the basketball and try to get him going.
Penny. He missed the jam. Penny thought he was fouled. Houston breaking out. Olajuwon off the spin. Oh, for 3.
Now the Magic finally starting to show some life, starting to show the energy level that they normally play with in this building.
Shaquille O'Neal, the recipient of the pass. Ellie nearly lost it. Drexler retrieves it. Smith steps in. And a travel.
Funny what happens when your energy level gets up to where it has to be this time of the year. And the Magic starting to get it. There's the alley-oop from Nick Anderson to Shaquille O'Neal. Now, I think for the Magic, the three-point shots become an easier shot to take because the momentum is in their favor.
O'Neal. The putback. Horace Grant. (67-53) Houston.
A lot of ground to make up, but they're doing it as they have to.
Off the drive. Olajuwon. He's got it.
Yes, he's tough. And playing against Shaquille O'Neal, he knows that Shaq can't come out on the floor and guard him from that distance.
Akeem is a crowd killer. Scott fakes the three.
Yeah, that three-point shot becomes an easier one to take. And Nick Anderson doesn't get it to go, and that's a big miss.
Ellie nearly got a chance at a three-point play. Instead, Mario Ellie will be shooting 2 free throws.
Foul number 25, Nick Anderson.
You'll see Nick Anderson come over with the body contact, forces a miss, but he does pick up the personal foul. That one almost goes for Mario Ellie.
Mario Ellie, now in his 5th year. Ellie has had stints in Portugal, Argentina, Ireland. He has been everywhere.
Yes, I think this is a good story, Mario Ellie. He was a guy that struggled coming out of American University, was drafted way late in the draft back in 1985, and continued to work hard. Came to Houston from Portland for a 2nd-round draft pick.
Horace Grant rocks the rim.
You can't exchange baskets, though, if you're the Orlando Magic. Houston will take that all night. You have to get some stops, and it starts defensively, and then you have to get the rebounds.
Olajuwon with a miss. Penny off the push.
Good decision, Penny Hardaway. He has thrown some away by trying to get too aggressive and to push the ball too quickly.
Shaq off the double team. Air ball.
Not a good shot for Shaquille O'Neal. That's a shot that Hakeem Olajuwon can make, and he makes that one easily. But not one Shaq can take under pressure.
Drexler is fouled on his way to the hoop.
And that's the 3rd foul that Shaquille O'Neal has picked up by just reaching in. All 3 of his fouls have come in situations where he decided to reach in down low instead of keeping his arms up high.
Clyde the Glide.
And these points for Houston coming from the free throw line are just the same as making them from the field when it comes to trying to cut into a lead. It cuts into the Magic momentum, takes away the run that they're trying to make.
Drexler unable to hit the 2nd, but the Rockets lead it 72-55. We come up on the halfway point, 3rd quarter. Ball knocked away. Another Orlando turnover. Houston looking to capitalize. Ellie didn't roll home, but Mario Ellie will go to the free throw line.
Turnovers have been a problem for the Magic all night. They have 11 of them so far in this ball game. And Houston has been able to score off of those turnovers. For Houston, in the first half, the Magic turned the ball over 9 times. They got 12 points off of those turnovers. Now they have 11 turnovers to the Magic, and at least 13 points now for Houston off of the turnovers.
Mario Ellie, he's a New York City native, pushed into the starting lineup with some of the injuries Rudy Tomjanovich has had to deal with. Normally you would see Carl Herrera playing the power forward and Robert Horry playing the small forward, but Herrera has a shoulder injury. Hardaway between 2 defenders. Shut down by Shaquille O'Neal. But as Goose Gibbons has mentioned, Orlando cannot trade baskets. They have got to step up big defensively.
Well, they cut the lead down to where it was getting to be a manageable lead. Houston has pushed it back up to 14.
Ellie. The putback, Clyde Drexler. Right place, right time. The Magic unable to box out the glide.
No. Those kind of plays hurt your momentum. They deflate you, they deflate your crowd.
Scott off the curl. Short. Olajuwon with the uncontested rebound.
Dennis Scott had made up his mind to shoot that one before he caught it, and the defense adjusted to it very well. Turned up what would be a high percentage shot into a low percentage shot for Dennis Scott.
Drexler one-on-one over Anderson.
Oh,
he's got it.
He's working right now. They are giving him the ball in one-on-one situation. Everyone else clearing out.
Hardaway with a pull-up. Rebound to Ori. Baseball pass up the floor. Ellie slams it down. Mario Ellie looking up at the crowd. And the Houston Rockets dominating this contest. Timeout has been called.
Now the Magic had opportunities. Clyde Drexler works. Nick Anderson breaks down again defensively, does not put the body on him. And then Clyde, this is a tough shot. I mean, this is a tough shot for anyone to make. Nick Anderson plays him better. But for Clyde Drexler, he's made those over a long time in his career.
The Houston Rockets leading the Orlando Magic 80-57, 4:26 left in the third quarter.
Here in the NBA Finals, Kenny Smith with 7 3-pointers in Game 1, an NBA record, and Robert Horry here tonight with 7 steals, an NBA record.
And we haven't even played 7 quarters. 80-57, Houston on top. Shaw now in there for Orlando. O'Neal on the pivot, had it knocked out of his hands, out of bounds. Orlando will hold on to it. They have 11 remaining on the 24-second shot clock.
The Magic trying to give Shaquille the ball every time.
And another steal. Or he comes up with a basketball.
So he's increasing his NBA record total on every play, it seems. He now has 8 steals.
Drexler backing in. The glide.
Well, he finally misses one, but even that, you had the feeling was going to go. Shaquille O'Neal getting the ball every time. The Houston defense on him and playing him well, making him work for every shot, and that makes it very easy on the defense because the Magic getting nothing from the perimeter.
Robert Horry came over on the double team, and he's called for the personal. Hakeem Olajuwon dealing with Shaquille O'Neal one-on-one, and Horry, sensing some trouble, came over to help.
Well, here's the replay here. But when you're up by a sizable margin, you can be take a lot of chances on defense. You can be free. You can be loose. You can come from a long distance. And that's what Houston is doing.
Sam Cassell, who scored 16 first-half points, checks into the game. Kenny Smith will take a seat. And that is the amazing part of this Houston Rocket team. In the first game, it was Kenny Smith who could not miss. In Game 2, his replacement, Sam Cassell, doing the same. O'Neal hits 2. The Rockets lead by 21. Time is running out on the Orlando Magic.
Yes, it is. And now for Houston, you can be very patient. You can run your half-court stuff, and you can take advantage of the great athletes that you have. And Olajuwon makes a tough shot. He takes it. He makes that one look easy.
Shaq, jump hook.
Exchanging baskets, the Rockets will take that the rest of the way.
The crowd does not have the same fervor as they had earlier in this contest.
And give Houston credit for that.
Olajuwon.
Oh.
Is there anything this man can't do?
Oh, that's tough.
Shaquille the other way. A whistle. O'Neal threw it over his back.
The foul number 10, Sam Cassell.
It's called on little Sam Cassell.
And Cassell just shakes his head. and says, why me? Cassell plays a lot on the weak side. He comes back in the middle, though, and he does a good job of clogging up the painted area.
He's a fun player to watch.
Yes, he is, especially on a night like tonight.
Hardaway for a three. He's got it.
Now, that shot has been there all night, but because your confidence level is very low, the Magic are hesitant to put that one up.
Now the lead is 20. Coming up on the 2-minute mark, third quarter. Olajuwon. The dream.
And he made that shot. It did not count because he traveled first. But even Rudy Tomjanovich on a night like tonight will not argue because his team has been very, very good. And he doesn't think that one turnover is going to hurt them very much. The Magic did, though, get a stop. That's the start.
Scott looks to the interior. Shaquille off the double team. Hardaway. Another three-pointer.
Well, he's playing like the all-star he is in this ball game. Boy, if it were not for him, I don't know where the Magic would be. He is leading the Magic with 24 points. More importantly, the only guy anywhere close to 50% is Hardaway at 9 of 17.
But I tell you what, Goose, I saw some numbers recently, and when Hardaway scores 20 or more points in the postseason, the Magic don't win.
The Magic are not very good. He is much better when he is able to give other people shots. Boy, that's a tough one.
Brian Shaw was trying to release the basketball, and Orlando will have it. 84-67. Hardaway trying to take control of this game. The hole might be too deep.
It might be. That's the real problem for the Magic. It takes a lot of energy to come back from this kind of deficit, but they're trying their best to do it.
Orlando is giving it a go. Shaquille O'Neal with a bucket. And a foul is called as Sam Cassell pushed it down the floor. Brian Shaw with number 2.
There's Penny Hardaway from behind the three-point line, his second straight shot from behind the three-point line. Shaquille O'Neal now able to draw the defense to the middle, turn back to the baseline, and he comes up with 2. Cassell with 2 free throws.
The power of Shaquille, the artistry of Hakeem Olajuwon.
Oh, that's exactly right. Grace and artistry.
So far, it's the artist winning out. Charles Jones back in there.
And I think the artist will tell you that I want my team to win out. Both of these guys have done an excellent job of making sure that the media take the attention off of the individual matchup and look at the teams.
In a day and age of so much trash talking, it's refreshing to see these two players show mutual respect for one another.
And it's genuine respect. They work out together during the off-season. They have the same agent, so they have a lot of close ties. And Cassell gets 1 of 2.
O'Neal, when he was in high school in Texas, got an autograph from Hakeem Olajuwon, and ever since then, it was nothing but respect for the dream. Under a minute to play. Third quarter, Grant from the outside. Horace Grant trying to pump the crowd up.
Well, the lead is at 14. I never would have thought the Magic could get it to even that number before this period was over.
Houston taking its time. Cassell.
Oh, man, that hurts.
Sam Cassell with a big jump shot.
Boy, that hurts the Magic charge right there.
88-71 Houston. There's a 4-second disparity, shot clock to game clock. So the Rockets will most likely get another possession. Shaw for 3, blocked away. It goes out of bounds, and Orlando will hold on to it with only 4 remaining on the 24-second timer.
Robert Horry has been everywhere on defense in this ballgame. He has been all over the floor.
Anderson with 2. It did not hit rim, so that is a 24-second violation. In order for the shot clock to restart, it must strike the rim.
And it did not hit the rim, so the Rockets, with 4.2 seconds to go, They put 50 seconds on the shot clock.
That would be a bit of a malfunction by the official score.
And now they have 5 minutes on the shot clock, 5 seconds on the shot clock. And the way Houston has played, that's plenty of time.
Cassell at the buzzer. He gets the roll.
Plenty of time to get the shot.
What else can happen to this team? The Houston Rockets beat the buzzer. And they go into the 4th quarter with the momentum. End of 3 at the Orlando Arena. Sam Cassell able to get the bucket. And the Rockets have the ball. Cassell is guarded by Shaw.
Foul number 20, Brian Shaw.
A touch foul is called on the former member of the Miami Heat and Boston Celtics. Take a look at the bench score.
The Magic with just 5 points off the bench. It's very difficult when some of your starters are not giving you the numbers that you're used to getting. You like to go to your bench and get some of those numbers from there. The Houston bench doing that because Kenny Smith has not been effective here in this ball game, but they haven't missed anything because Cassell has stepped up and played big.
The stoppage of play is illegal defense. Only the first infraction on Orlando. The next one will result in a technical free throw. Rockets up by 19 with the ball. Just underway, 4th quarter from the O-Arena. Open look at a 3.
Now the Magic made a run. Once again, it has to come, and it has to come quickly.
Can they make another? Shaquille posting up Jones. He went for the power move. Couldn't get the bucket to fall. But Shaquille O'Neal will go to the free throw line.
And now the pressure comes on the Magic to make free throws, an area they've struggled all season long. Tonight, Shaquille O'Neal has shot the free throws very well. You see the foul as Jones does everything possible his small frame can to keep Shaquille away from the basket.
Jones 2.05 meters. Shaquille O'Neal 2.16. A mismatch.
He's 7 for 7 from the free throw line, Shaquille O'Neal tonight.
Jones 38 years old. O'Neal 23. Couldn't get the roll on the 2nd attempt. The lead is 18. Some token pressure in the backcourt, and Houston able to break the trap.
The Magic are trying hard now to get the ball out of Cassell's hands.
The rainbow delivery from Hakeem Olajuwon didn't go down, and the Orlando Magic get it as the ball dribbled out of bounds.
So you get your stop now, and the Magic, if they're going to get back in this ball game, have to continue to get the stops.
Shaw for 3. Brian Shaw knocks it down. It's a 15-point Houston lead. Horry is so versatile, he can bring the ball down the floor, and he's playing the power forward spot. Olajuwon. Intercepted by Shaw. Hardaway.
Tough shot there, and he knocks it down.
Penny Hardaway. He drills it from long distance.
They like to go to Olajuwon in this situation. Do the Rockets on the low post. And let's see if they do it. Now they will take the throw out and the long shot.
Horry. Pull-up jumper. He's got it. Robert Horry leaning the wrong way. He's able to hit it anyway.
Nick Anderson not looking for his shots at all.
O'Neal was fighting for position with Charles Jones and a whistle.
The thing that is doing, though, Charles Jones playing Shaquille O'Neal, and I have to keep pointing it out because the guy who can stay out of foul trouble normally wins it. It's taking the pressure off of Hakeem Olajuwon. So he's going to be able to spend a lot of minutes on the floor, and they're easier minutes because he's not having to body up with that huge Shaquille O'Neal.
9:37 remaining. The Rockets lead the Magic by 14. Get this victory, you're going home for the next 3 games.
You're going home for 3. You could be up 2-0. And they still have a 14-point lead to make up. So the Rockets very much in control here.
O'Neal backing in. Shaq again. He's fouled. Orlando making their plan pretty obvious. They will go inside to Shaq every opportunity.
Yes, they will. And Olajuwon, you're looking at him on the screen. I know he is thinking right now, Coach, I want Shaquille. I want to be able to play him. But the Magic doing a good job of spreading out, taking Olajuwon out of the play and not allowing him to come over and help out in time. Free throw shooting. That's what it's going to come down to here for the Magic.
The Orlando Magic, one of the worst free throw shooting teams in the entire league. That includes clubs that didn't go to the postseason. Some question, can a team that shoots so poorly from the line win an NBA championship?
Well, as a matter of fact, they finished the season the last team in the NBA as far as free throw percentage is concerned. Not many teams can be as successful as you have to be and shoot free throws so poorly.
I've got to believe if they won the title this year, they would become the first ever team to win a championship and have the worst percentage in the entire NBA.
Oh, man, another 3.
Sam Cassell is just ruining the party here in Orlando. 95-79.
Oh, big shots by Cassell.
The Rockets have had an answer for everything Orlando has done. O'Neal in major traffic.
Well, and Charles Jones could not do anything. And I don't know how long Rudy Tomjanovich is going to stay with the matchup as it is.
95-81. O'Neal with 26. Drexler off the drive. Tipped into the hands of Olajuwon. He pumps home another.
Well, this team, a cool team. I mean, they do not rattle with the pressure as the Magic are trying to make the run.
Coming up on 8 minutes to go in the contest. Turner for 3. And a foul is called. Clyde Drexler.
Number 27, Charles Jones.
It was Charles Jones.
His 5th 14th foul.
And Charles Jones is wondering what he did. This is a shot by Sam Cassell. Well, every 3-point shot that goes takes a little bit more out of the Magic. Mario Elie back up off the bench. I would think he would come in right now for Charles Jones. And Olajuwon now playing Shaquille.
Jones has 5 personal. Shaquille over Olajuwon.
O'Neal with 28 points. Olajuwon has 30. So the matchup in the middle, once again, just what we thought, but they're balancing each other out.
Horry looking for the open man. Shot clock is winding down. Cassell drives in, pulls up, and hits another.
Oh, he's huge tonight. He is huge tonight.
Sam Cassell is in the zone. Hardaway off the spin. He backs it off the glass.
With the left hand on that one.
And a turnover. Anderson. Shaw.
So the lead now, 11.
And the reaction of the crowd tells the story. The Magic trying to make their move. Cassell, Olajuwon. Cassell with a steal. A foul is called.
And Nick Anderson goes now to the free throw line because the Rockets are over the limit. This is their 5th team foul, and the Magic for the first time in a long time can get the lead to single digits.
A timeout has been called. Some daylight for the Orlando Magic. 6:41 to play in the game. Houston up by 11.
Doesn't have a whole lot of confidence from the free throw line. These pressure ones down the stretch will certainly take its toll on this young team.
Out on the floor for Orlando. It's O'Neal, Hardaway, Anderson, Shaw, and Turner. Anderson, the man that missed 4 free throws down the stretch of game 1, is at the line right now. Nick Anderson is having a nightmare all over again.
Yes, he is.
The lead is 10. Cassell dealing with a double team. The ball is tipped. Ori retrieves it.
The Magic trying to force the ball out of the hands of Cassell.
Olajuwon with the ball fake. Shot clock is down to 3. Cassell. Olajuwon comes up with a rebound. And a timeout has been called.
Well, that's a huge rebound by Hakeem Olajuwon. He forces, the Magic force the miss. Cassell finally misses one from the outside, and the Rockets clean up that miss with the offensive rebound.
Robert Horry felt there was going to be a tie-up situation, so he called for the timeout. Olajuwon and O'Neal. A lot of bulk between those two players fighting for the rebound, and Houston has possession of the ball.
You never can stress fundamentals enough in a game like this. Think about the opportunities the Orlando Magic have missed because they have not put their bodies on people and blocked them out. Shaquille O'Neal did not do it against Olajuwon. He was able to get into the inside, and he got the big rebound. Robert Horry is signaling the timeout. Nick Anderson did not block out Clyde Drexler on the play, and he got the tip. And then you go back to game 1, Olajuwon got the final tip of the ball game because you break down fundamentally and do not block him out.
Rebounding is all about positioning, and Houston has been able to get the position. Cassell didn't get the bucket, but Sam Cassell will go to the free throw line. He just loves to play this game. You can tell.
He's having a great time. He's having fun. It's been his night. The Rockets are doing a great job of clearing out the floor and allowing him to work one-on-one. The Magic cannot get help from anywhere. Once it does come, it's too late.
He's got a healthy cockiness about him. There are some guys that are cocky, and they shouldn't be. Cassell's got a healthy cockiness as he hits the free throw.
Substitution, number 54, Horace.
Sam Cassell, a very feisty player. Horace Grant checks back into the game. Jeff Turner goes to the bench. For the Rockets, it's Ellie, Horry, Olajuwon, Drexler, and Cassell. Houston has hit the 100-point plateau.
Timeout Orlando because no one was there to help Horace Grant throw the ball in. So the Magic burned the 22nd timeout. And that's a wasted timeout. That's one that could come back to haunt the Magic. Timeout situations. The Rockets with 4 timeouts left in the ball game. The Orlando Magic with 3.
Orlando still in this one. We are just a shade past the midway point of the 4th quarter. And the Magic down by 12. Hakeem Olajuwon, 30 points, 11 rebounds. Shaquille O'Neal, 28 points and 9 boards.
Shaquille O'Neal also 7 assists and 3 turnovers. Hakeem Olajuwon has 2 assists.
The Dream has taken 28 shots. Orlando with the ball. Hardaway. Ellie there with a defense. Anderson for 3. He's got it.
Now he's got to take the shot. There's no question about it. He hasn't had the kind of shooting series that he normally does, but he has to take it.
Anderson was due from downtown. That's his first 3-pointer of the evening.
And now a 9-point lead.
The shot clock is down to 5. Drexler off the isolation and a whistle.
Nick Anderson with the foul. Well, Houston is doing a great job of playing the isolation game. One-on-one matchups, and Nick Anderson knocked down the 3. One-on-one matchups they're going to right now, isolating. and taking advantage of talent.
Clyde Drexler with the first step and the acceleration.
Well, that's simple basketball, but it's executed to perfection.
103-92. Shaquille. He gets the roll.
Simple basketball for the Houston Rockets. Give it to a guy and let him work one-on-one.
Houston has had no trouble breaking the trap from the Magic.
And spread the floor, take the help away.
Again, it's Drexler. Now they double up on him. Drexler goes baseline again, and a whistle.
Shaquille O'Neal reaching in again. But still, the one-on-one matchups for Houston, they are simply taking advantage of the Magic. There's Clyde Drexler getting to the basket. Shaquille O'Neal reaches in and picks up the foul. Here it is again. Nick Anderson giving up the baseline. Shaquille O'Neal getting across the arm.
Clyde the Glide is 33. He looks like a man that's 23
You're
tonight.
exactly right. Nick Anderson, normally a pretty quick player, but Clyde taking advantage of him right now.
Clyde Drexler averaging 20 points during the postseason. Reunited with his college teammate Hakeem Olajuwon. They did not win a championship at the collegiate level. They are hoping they can win one together at the professional level.
Most teams in the NBA on defense are geared to force.
Grant missed the dunk. And a foul.
Most teams in the NBA on defense are geared to force players to the middle of the floor. No help is going to be there for you if you give up the baseline. And that's what the Orlando Magic is doing right now with Nick Anderson against Clyde Drexler. He's giving up the baseline. Boy, watch this block by Robert Horry. He has been everywhere on defense. That's all ball. Beautiful defensive play.
And Robert Horry, not necessarily known for his defense, but he's going to be known for it after this series.
Yes, he is. He has 4 blocks. He had 4 blocks in game 1, 2 blocks in this game, just 11 points tonight, but he's been everywhere. 7 steals in this game. I thought he had 8, but they have him with 7 officially.
And that is a new NBA playoff finals record. 105-95. Houston has been very solid from the line. Orlando trying to cut into the lead. It's a 9-point advantage. Time, though, winding down on the Orlando Magic. They trail the best of 7, 1 game to 9.
And this matchup, Clyde Drexler will try to take Horace Grant. You know that's going to happen. He's getting to the basket against Nick Anderson. You would think he has an excellent chance against a slower Horace Grant.
Drexler, spin move, the dish, jumper.
Oh, man.
Hakeem Olajuwon.
They make huge shots. Oh, they just make huge shots.
They are unflappable. Long jumper wouldn't go down, and a loose ball foul is called.
Shaquille O'Neal with the push, and now the Magic over the limit. So Houston, from here on out, will shoot free throws. So the challenge for the Magic gets even tougher.
And Shaq will have to play the final 3 minutes and 54 seconds with 5 personal fouls.
Boy, I've never seen a team make the shots, the crucial shots, like Houston does in the playoffs in this season. They have made so many big baskets to continue to come back from deficits.
Here in the United States, we like to say ice in the veins,
yes.
And that's exactly what the Rockets have. Olajuwon. Hakeem looking to put Houston up by 12.
Missed them both. Uncharacteristic for Olajuwon.
107-96. Anderson finds Scott. Fight for the rebound. Grant comes down with it. Grant didn't see the pass coming.
Now, once again, you have Nick Anderson, who still is not playing with a lot of confidence, and that pass should have been a shot by Nick. I mean, it should have gone towards the basket, but you have no confidence. Here it is. Now Nick Anderson can pull up to shoot the jump shot. Instead, he tries to throw it between 3 red shirts, and Horace Grant picks up the foul.
Tell you what, Goose, he was not even looking up at the rim.
Didn't look at the rim, so the defense has it very easy. You don't have to challenge him. if you don't think he's going to shoot the shot.
Anderson is 2 of 10 from the field, only 7 points. Clyde Drexler.
3 straight misses from the line for Houston.
Very uncharacteristic.
Boy, is it ever.
Leaving an opening for the Orlando Magic. And Clyde ends the streak at 3. It's a 12-point Houston advantage. Hardaway. Anderson not looking shot, drives in, left hand, came up short. O'Neal with the jam.
Olajuwon makes it tough on you to make shots. He came over, forced the miss. Shaquille O'Neal, fortunately for the Magic, was there to clean it up.
108-98.
Well, Clyde is headed on every possession, and they have given it to him one-on-one. Now the Magic trying to force him to give it up.
Olajuwon. Ellis for 3. The Magic with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Hardaway, long 3. Short. Fight for the ball. And they'll jump it up.
Well, not a good shot by Penny Hardaway. He's having a great game. But the problem with taking that shot, there is no one there to help you out on the rebounds. So the Magic got a break, and they have a chance for the jump ball.
Timeout called. Rudy Tomjanovich wants to talk it over. 2:36 remaining from the O-Arena. Houston 108. Orlando 98.
Shaquille O'Neal has played well. The numbers are exact. They are the same. But the fringe players tonight for the Houston Rockets have been bigger.
It's a jump ball situation at the Orlando free throw line.
Mario Elie can get up a lot better than most people think. The Magic get the break.
Dennis Scott able to win the tap. O'Neal. And a push.
The foul number 34, Hakeem Olajuwon.
Hakeem Olajuwon is called for the personal.
Situation.
But still, this is not a bad foul for Houston if you like to play percentages. It's a good guy for the Rockets to have on the line. Now, you do have Hakeem with picking up his 4th foul. But in spite of that, you get a guy who over the course of the season has not been good from the free throw line, so you save at least 1 point.
O'Neal missing the first. Orlando needs whatever points they can get. It is a 9-point Houston lead. Once again, pressure in the backcourt, and Robert Horry, sensing some trouble, calls a timeout. That's one thing about this veteran ball club. They understand the fact that that was a risky situation. Robert Horry wanted to calm things down.
Again, they use up some of the 4 seconds to get the ball up the floor. But look for them to try to advance it directly to front court.
The Rockets 108, the Magic 99. 2:23 to go. A look at the timeout situation. Orlando with 3, Houston with 2. Both teams are in the bonus. Drexler with 6 to shoot. Drexler backing in. And a foul is called.
The foul number 1, Penny Hardaway.
Anthony Penny Hardaway is called for the personal.
Well, let's see what happens here. Penny Hardaway trying to take away the baseline for Drexler. You drive him to the middle, and there's help. And Penny Hardaway gets the foul call.
Clyde the Glide Drexler. Nothing but net on that first free throw. Dennis Scott back in there for his long-range capabilities.
And with that free throw, Clyde Drexler right as his average in the playoffs.
Houston up by 11.
The Magic do not have the luxury here of burning time. You got to score, and you got to score quickly.
O'Neal jump up. Ori with a rebound.
And that miss might just spell doom for the Magic.
A bucket here, and this one could be over.
Give the Rockets credit. They're taking away the three-point shots that the Magic would love to shoot at this time of the game.
Ellie to a team. Anderson comes down with a rebound. The Magic need points. Anderson coast to coast. .110 to 101 Houston. There's the pressure again. Nearly a steal. Knocked out of bounds.
Good job, Dennis Scott, reading that play. Came over from the weak side, but could not get control.
Number 20, Brian Shaw. Replacing Dennis Scott.
Shaw comes in for Scott, defensive purposes.
Now Cassell getting the basketball. Very difficult to track.
The
Good
Rockets
job.
backed it out.
Good job, Houston, using some time.
They will grind out the clock. It ticks down to 1 minute to play. Cassell for three. O'Neal with a long pass. Intercepted by Cassell. That is a costly turnover.
Yes, it was. And now you're in a situation where you have to foul. And the Magic do not do it. They get Olajuwon. Turnovers have been a real key in this ball game. You're playing against a team in Houston that does not turn the ball over very much. Just 9 turnovers here in this ball game tonight. Orlando with 14 turnovers. Houston in the playoffs averaging 12, so they're better than average in that category.
Olajuwon to shoot two. 51 seconds to go. This one is all but over. Akeem Olajuwon drains a pair.
Magic, Orlando.
And a timeout has been called by Brian Hill. Rudy Tomjanovich. His team looking to go up 2-0 in this best-of-7 series. They are on the right track, leading by 11, under a minute to play. To 101 in Houston. 51 seconds to go from the arena. Orlando has the basketball. A quick whistle.
The foul on number 34, Akeem Olajuwon.
Akeem Olajuwon is called for the personal.
Situation.
Well, that's a foul Olajuwon could have done without. He gives the Magic an opportunity to score here with no time going off the clock, or virtually no time going off the clock, and he picks up foul number 5. But once again, it's Shaquille O'Neal on the line, and we'll see what happens. Always a mystery when he goes to the free throw line. Misses the first.
Houston substitution number 30, Kenny Smith.
It is the one part of his game that he desperately needs work on. And it's not as if he's been dedicated or not been dedicated to improving himself. He has shown the dedication. He has a coach in Buzz Brayman who works just on his free throw shooting. Shaquille believes it's mostly mental.
I think it is for Shaquille. He has shown signs of getting better from the free throw line.
He's got a pretty good stroke, but he misses a pair. Costly misses. And a foul is called in the backcourt.
The foul number 54, Horace Grant.
You have a team go to the free throw line and make their chances. You have another team to go to the free throw line and miss their chances.
Fans beginning to walk towards the exit here at the Orlando Arena. They can sense that the Houston Rockets will come out victorious tonight. Drexler will get another. Rockets up by 11. Just under 45 seconds remaining. A steal. Cassell will slow it down. A smart move. Sam Cassell.
Now this one over for the Magic, and they do commit the foul. Really no sense doing that here in this ball game. This one is over. You only put more distance between yourselves and the Houston Rockets when you commit that foul. Turnovers, 15 of them for the Magic.
A discouraging time for this Orlando team. They were so close to taking a 1-game-to-none lead in this best-of-7 series. And now that seems like many moons ago.
Sure does. A lot of things have changed since that time. But you think about making one of those free throws, this loss tonight wouldn't have been all that bad.
Sam Cassell, a happy young man. He has shown so much poise in the pressure moments of this contest. Anderson off the drive.
Anderson.
20 seconds remaining.
And really no sense in fouling here. This one's over.
Houston just grinding out the clock. Drexler able to bank it off the glass. Sam Cassell beginning to celebrate. Robert Horry going for another steal. He just won't stop.
He's not going to stop tonight. He can't give up anything easy.
The Rockets are 2 wins away from defending their title. Penny Hardaway knocks down the 3. 1 second to go. And that is it. Maybe this Orlando team just isn't